Okay, good morning and welcome back to Key Farms. So today we have a lot to do to get this planter ready to put some corn in the ground. All of our fertilizer tubes that go from the tanks down into the furrows are all cracked and torn up, and we're installing a Power Beyond unit on the 4230 so that we can have constant hydraulic flow to power the fan motor slash vacuum, whatever you want to call it, so that it can suck the seeds, or blow the seeds, I don't know which it does, out of the corn meters, or excuse me, the plates down into the rows and drop the seed. These hoses are really cracked and I'm going to start replacing them. I have about 50 foot of hose, I think, and I don't think it'll take about 5 foot of hose more because I have 8 rows. So I can do up to maybe 6 feet per row. I don't know. I'll show you guys what I'm working with. So let's get going. Okay, so I'll be running Apache EVA tubing, 1/2 inch by 25 foot. And as you can see, that doesn't have an end on it. And this hose doesn't have an end on it. This goes down into your InFurrow fertilizer. Let me see if I can show you back inside there. If I can get the camera in there. Where is it? There it is. I think it's that little tube right there. That'll be your InFurrow fertilizer. And this hose runs up through this hose that's supposed to be connected up into here, and it runs, holy cow, it cracked in 2 places. It runs up through to here, and then that runs to this hose, which all used to be one hose, into the bottom of this little bar that goes across all of these tanks, which are connected to the fluid pump, which is chain driven slash off the ground for ground drive. You put a sprocket either here or here for your high or low gear. Same with your sprockets that way down there, just depends if you want high or low gear. And then I believe you adjust this for how much flow you want, so you can get however many pounds per acre of starter or units, whatever you want to call it, put down. That's how you adjust it, and then it puts it out and flows out of the bottom of these tanks into that pump, and then that's what we're working with. So let's get going on this. Okay, so to start off, we're just going to pull this little clamp off, and we're going to keep it because these clamps are about, sorry for bumping the camera, so these clamps are about, I don't know, $1 a piece. So you don't want to ever lose these things, because that's $8. Actually, that's $16 because there's one on the top for a planter worth of hose clamps. So let's just pull this thing off of here. Now we're going to have to open it up some more. Anytime you can reuse a part, saves you money that you don't have to spend on unnecessary things. Let's see if it'll just pull off or not. How does this work? Is it coming? I think so. Oh yeah, I can feel it coming off. Is that like a little adapter on there? I don't know. Here we go. I guess there is a little adapter on there. Okay, so we're gonna pull, should we shove it? I think we're just gonna pull it out. Pull this original tube out, and let's loosen the clamp up on this right here. It looks pretty corroded from all the fertilizer that's gone through it. I think nitrogen's really bad for metal and can cause a lot of not very fun things to happen. Oh, T-Jet made these adapters. How does that work? Is it just gonna slide off? Did it come off, you sucker? Oh, there we go. Oh, is it like, does it have teeth on it, it looks like? Yeah, there's fertilizer in that. That's not fun. Let's get this clamp off real quick. Am I gonna have to cut this off? There we go. Okay, got that off. Okay, so we got that old tube off, as you just saw, and we measured it, and we think the correct length for these hoses is 60 inches. So that's what we're gonna cut them all to. So we're just gonna shove it up a little bit so we can go hook it up to the T-jet on the other side. I'll show you that. Actually, I'll just show you that right now, because that'll be cool to see. Can y'all see that? Okay, so we're just gonna connect this into the T-jet right here. Let's grab a little more slack. Just like that. Hooks in. Actually, I'm gonna put my hose clamp on that before I get going, so I don't have to take it back off again. Okay, take that off. Put our hose clamp on it. Make sure the nut's facing out so we're able to tighten it up. Slide that on. Tighten this down. And there we go. That'll be good. It should come off. Now let's move to the back side and loop it and put it onto the InFurrow little bracket thing. Okay, we're gonna pull this through like so, and it comes in front and then on over. Let's throw our hose clamp on it. And like I said earlier, reuse the hose clamps because they're $1 a piece, and that'd be $16 for new hose clamps on this planter if we didn't reuse them. Tighten this down. That's as tight as she's gonna go, and eventually we'll put a little zip tie back onto right there so that it doesn't allow this to scooch around. And we'll call this one good and move on to the next one. Okay, we're on to the row number 2, and I'm just realizing that this is pointed out towards the front, so I'm gonna have to come in from the front side to get that nut off. Oh. Holy cow. See if I can get myself up in here. There we go. Let's loosen this sucker up. Just drop that down onto there. See if we can get this stig loose. There we go. Okay, we're gonna cut the zip tie off. If I can get in there. There we go. Okay, let's pull this top one off. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. It's on my ear. It's just a compressor. Yeah. I'm way too big to be climbing under this thing. Ah. Okay. Let's pull this old hose out. Oh, there's still starter in there. That's nice. Yuck. And shove this new one. Where is it? I think it's right there. Heck yeah. It is. Shove this one right here. And, oh, let's put our hose clamp on. And get this guy back onto there. Let's tighten it down while we're at it. All right. Okay, we're doing it like this. My dad's working on putting the monitor in the 4230 and getting it all wired up with a wiring harness, so we're able to hook up our monitor and run our compressor, because this planter has pneumatic down pressure, meaning it has airbags that fill up with air and shove the row down. Okay, that's on. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. Let's tighten this one down. That should be good. Right there. Okay, let's move on to the next one down the row.
Monsters beneath your bed, what's real, what's in your head? Moon's out, my mother's house is empty. Come and find me now. Sweet heat, lightning falls, blue crack of light, that's all. Calling you to say you drive. Let's see where this ends. Let's let the wheels wear out. Sweet heat, crack of light, and that's all. Calling you to say calling you. Calling you to say calling you to say
Okay, we're turning these all to the center so that they can be out of the way, which I just found out. So I'll show you guys what we are working with here. Okay, so every row now has new InFurrow tubes, replacing the old ones that were in here, and they just slide on there. They're on there nice and tight. We twisted them into the center of the row so that they were out of the way of these arms on the row units, so that they don't rub or touch anything like that. And we have one on each row times 8 rows, so that every single row will have InFurrow fertilizer, because we'll probably put starter down into them. Everything's looking nice and good. I'm happy with how it turned out, and I'm thinking I'm gonna call it a video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing down below so I can keep bringing great content to you guys. If you have any suggestions or comments about my planter, tractor, or anything about my farm, please leave them down below as well. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next one.